What's up, guys? Daily Kamel here to talk about Giant Grinder, the meet and greet of nightmares. The Quattro Raid Duel event is here for the third time, and if you guys don't know how that works, after a character has his third event, he will be, or they will be added to the gate in the next month. Usually in the next Duel World upcoming updates, they say they're adding him to the gate. So this is Quattro's third event since his release, and he will be getting 2 new cards and a skill, all of them Gimmick Puppet related. So let's really hope that this is really going to take Gimmick Puppets to the next level. We've been getting drip fed Gimmick Puppet cards, 2 boxes. Every event so far has had Gimmick Puppets you need, and now it's looking like you're definitely going to need to complete this one. So really quickly, it does not look like there is anything too different from this event. They usually put these things at the top. Oh, notable changes, here we go. Damage bonus monsters added. Monsters that do triple battle damage have been changed from Xyz monsters to extra deck monsters. Okay, so they made this event a lot easier. This one specifically, you get triple battle damage on all extra deck monsters, not just Xyz monsters. But then if you want that ×5 damage, then you want to use number Xyz monsters and Galaxy Eyes. Everything else does triple, so it's a lot easier for anyone who doesn't really have an Xyz deck. Even if you have Harpies or Resonators now, you can farm through this event extremely quickly. So that's a welcome change. But let's get on to the reason why we are all really here. The rewards for this event. So we've got 2 cards, a skill, and then Quattro will be unlockable as of the release of this video. Not going to do a Quattro unlock. Nothing has really changed with him. It's just the new stuff in this event that has changed. So we're going to go over that stuff. And all right, before we read the skill, let's read the cards. We've got Gimmick Puppet Scissor Arms. This is the event UR. It is a Dark Level 4 machine. When this card is normal summon, you can send 1 Gimmick Puppet monster from your deck to the graveyard. And while this doesn't start off a summoning chain, it being level 4, it's immediately summonable, and a lot of the Gimmick Puppet effects do cause you to benefit from sending stuff to the grave. Just summoning this, you can send a Bisque doll or a Drury doll to the graveyard, banish them, get their graveyard effects. Drury doll can resummon itself every turn as long as you have another Gimmick Puppet to banish. So this is a really good way to get your reusable level 8s actually in play and ready to use them. That's a big problem Gimmick Puppets have had with the skill Relinquish Puppet. It requires them to really have 1 level 8 monster in their deck that they want to discard to the graveyard in order to summon Gimmick Puppet Destroy. And sometimes you can end up drawing the level 8 Drury doll that you want to send with that effect. Now with Scissor Arms, you'll be able to 100% dump the Gimmick Puppet that you want out of your deck so that you don't draw it and you can draw better cards instead. Will this be a part of meta Gimmick Puppet decks? I don't know. I think Gimmick Puppets right now, each monster in the main deck really has to incorporate some sort of summoning mechanic to make Xyz summoning easier, while Scissor Arms does give you the utility you need in the graveyard that this deck does make use of right now. I believe it's just going to be a little too slow. You're definitely not going to want to open this when you need to make an Xyz play, when you need to get level 8's special summoning out. And as it stands, it's just a good second monster to summon in order for you to make Gigantus Doll. I think you're going to find yourself coming up short more often than not when using this card. So nice effect, nice advantage. I don't believe it is exactly what we need right now. But this is what they say here. When this monster is normal summon, you can send 1 Gimmick Puppet monster from your deck to the graveyard. Since many Gimmick Puppet monsters such as Nightmare and Perform Puppet can utilize Gimmick Puppet monsters in the graveyard, you can make a combo with these cards. And that is exactly right. But of course, you do have to open a much more cookie cutter hand now. Right now, you have to open Junk Puppet, you have to open Scissor Arms, and more Gimmick Puppets. Because, you know, you could, it is a 2-card combo, this and Junk Puppet. But at the end of the day, with that, you're making a rank 4 Xyz, buddy. So we're going to have to read on, see what else we've got access to. See if these things work together. And boom, we have Gimmick Puppet Destroy, obtainable in Duel Links now. This is previously only obtainable via the skill Relinquished Puppet. And this card says you can target one Gimmick Puppet monster on the field, destroy it. This effect can only be used once while it's face up on the field. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 or 2 Gimmick Puppet monsters from your hand. And that is right, when it is sent from the field to the graveyard. So it does not have to be explicitly destroyed. It can be even sent to the graveyard, and it does proc off of its own effect. This card alone made the skill Relinquished Puppet a must use if you want to use Gimmick Puppets. But now we have access to it at 3. So the main thing is this going to be worth playing in your main deck? It's a normal summon Gimmick Puppet. It cannot be special summoned. However, its effect does allow you to special summon up to 2 Gimmick Puppets once it procs its own effect. And what this looks like in Duel Links right now is essentially, oh look, we got them right here. This allows you to spam out level 8s such as Magnet Doll, Bisque Doll, and Drury Doll to the field so you can utilize them for a number 40 or number 15 extremely quickly. This is your quickest Xyz play, and it is probably the safest turn 1 play. That is why it is used with the skill Relinquished Puppet. It sets up your resources very nicely, and it forces your opponent to play into your strategy if this is your only line of defense. So I like this being obtainable. However, I believe if you're playing this in your deck, you're probably not running the skill, and you have to figure out what is going to be more effective. Being able to instantly pitch a Gimmick Puppet and have this on the field, then proc its effect, or run more of these in the deck and have to hard draw into it. You know, this card, just by reading it, it does not seem like a very good card that you want to top deck or hard draw into, especially when you don't have Gimmick Puppets in your monsters, Gimmick Puppet monsters in your hand that you can summon to make an Xyz monster. I think one of the biggest problems with Destroy right now is that even though it is a very good turn 1 play, your Gimmick Puppet hand is very often pretty awkward now that we are running a lot of generic spells and more level 4s in the deck than before. So running this in your deck, I feel like it is going to be a brick more than usual. I have to say I do like the skill with this card much better. This does not seem like something you want to have in your hand, especially in the later stages of the duel when you're low on resources. Alright, so these are the 2 new cards. Let's take a look at the skill because it might tie these 2 things together. And the skill is Gimmick Puppet 4 or 8. Choose one of the following effects. This skill can only be used once per turn and twice per duel. Change level of all level 8 Gimmick Puppet monsters in your hand to level 4 until the end of the turn. Change level of all Gimmick Puppet monsters on your field to 8 until the end of the turn. Wow, so this card, this effect is kind of it has two effects. Both of them are kind of considering the ideal situation in which you would want to manipulate the levels. Of course, turning all your level 8 Gimmick Puppets to 4 so you can spam them out. However, you know, this skill is kind of funny. I think the ideal use for this skill is going to be its second effect. Change the level of all Gimmick Puppet monsters on your field to 8 until the end of the turn. We've been reading some of these other level 4 monsters. We have 2 level 4 monsters being added to the Gimmick Puppet card pool as of this event. And like I said, I do believe level 4s are going to be more heavily played in Gimmick Puppets now because it seems like they are giving you the real consistency options with these level 4 monsters. They're not really putting them on the level 8s. They're giving you the effects in order to summon the level 8s on level 4s, and now this skill 4 or 8 is kind of a way to, should I say, make summoning your rank 8s a lot easier. So let me just take a look at our Gimmick Puppet card pool real quick. So let's check out the level 4s that are normally a part of the deck. We've definitely got Gimmick Puppet DeBaby. Destroy could be a new main part of the deck. and Scissor Arms is a new level 4. Other than that, it does not look like we are running level 4s. No one runs Egghead. Some people run Gear Up, Gear Changer, but other than that, there's not many level 4s that we play in the deck. Like I said before, Summoning Destroy is usually the only level 4 you need before you start getting out your rank 8s. So I do believe this skill 4 or 8 will do you some service if you plan on playing these newer cards like Scissor Arms and Destroy. You'll be able to get out your number 40, number 15 a lot easier once you make a board full of these supporting monsters, such as Gimmick Puppet the Baby and Scissor Arms and Destroy. So I do believe the skill opens up more avenues for play with Gimmick Puppets. However, the big changes that this deck really needs to see, I don't believe is going to come into effect until we get some drastically more impactful Xyz monsters for this deck to play around with. The good thing about this skill is that it does not seem to have any requirement, any restriction whatsoever on what you have to run in your deck. So my main hope for this skill is that this skill will be good enough for people to justify people actually being able to utilize a toolbox in their Gimmick Puppet extra deck, so they're not locked to just Machine Xyz or Zombie Dark Rank 4s. Whatever the restriction was on the other skill, they won't have to do it anymore. Gimmick Puppets, baby. However, any monster limitations that go into effect, they will have to deal with that just on the skill. Let me know what you guys think about the new Gimmick Puppet support cards and the event as a whole. I think they made some pretty good changes to the event, and this is probably one of the best events we've gotten as of late. 2 pretty good cards that actually help the deck quite a lot, but is it too little too late? This is the last major event before Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 World releases next week. So this is the last Zexal event before they push us on to full Pendulum releases, Pendulum cards for a while. So let me know what you guys think. I am excited for what this could mean for Gimmick Puppets. They definitely need each and every support card that they can get, and I think they're putting those Chaos Xyz in the next Gimmick Puppet main box, brother. So don't expect to see that until then. Guys, peace out. I'll see you tomorrow.